guys? Welcome back to Ninjago News TV. Season 9, Hunted, pretty much ended today since the last episode has officially aired in Australia. So I'm going to be doing an unscripted review right now in this video of Season 9. Do keep in mind there will be a more formal review of the season, my Let's Look Back special, coming tomorrow. This is much less formal as it is pretty much unscripted, and it's just me saying my thoughts on the season on the spot. So I'll be taking a look at each episode and just sharing what I think about this season and where it fits in my rankings pretty much. So yeah, I thought the season was awesome, and there were parts of the season that were definitely better and parts of the season that were definitely much worse. I feel like the middle of the season suffered the most, since it was basically just little action, really. Repetitive action, minimal action, just questing, and it wasn't the best. And more specifically, I'm focusing on episode 90 and episode 91. Those were my not-so-good episodes of the season. Of course, episode 85 was really boring too, but episode 90 and 91, you kind of expect more, and I feel like the middle of the season just wasn't where it's at, really. Especially in the first realm, in those two episodes, the action was just repetitive, and it was fun to watch in the moment. But looking back on it, it was just really repetitive and not creative. In Ninjago, it was much better. Ninjago had it going. Ninjago had a lot to it in episode 90, but in episode 91, it felt like they were just killing time and they weren't doing stuff when they could have been. However, that being said, the beginning and end of the season were amazing, respectively. In the beginning, we had many different plots thrown at us in the first realm, especially. We had the Dragon's Den fight, we had the Dragon Hunt, we had Heavy Metal's big reveal, and we had the Firstborn attack, which it was all paced out really nicely, and all of those plots were pretty creative also, different ideas, and yeah. However, Ninjago wasn't as good, but the first realm made up for it. The season premiere, of course, was an exception, definitely, to the beginning of the season being great. The action in Ninjago was nothing compared to what would come, and there was very little action in the first realm additionally. And I'm going to talk about these individual plots also later after I talk about the ending. And speaking of which, the ending of the season was amazing. And by ending, I mean episode 92 to episode 94, when the action really started and the kill count really started to raise. In episode 92, we saw Mistake and Harumi both killed off. And in episode 93, we basically saw Iron Baron killed off. Technically, he's still alive. That has been confirmed by the writers, actually. But he's not really in good condition, right? He's pretty much trapped in a rock statue in the first realm Dragon's Den. So, yeah. But the kill count really raised, and those three episodes especially took on a much darker tone for the series. And especially episode 92, which is one of my favorite episodes in the season. Harumi's death was done really well. We saw Mistake, who has an OD is really dark, actually. And then in episode 93, the Firstborn Dragon, there's a big message behind Wu tricking Iron Baron into getting the dragon armor. And of course, the Firstborn Dragon pretty much punishing Iron Baron. Very big message about lying and trusting and betrayal and stuff like that, as he was counting on Iron Baron betraying him. And of course, in episode 94, there was a lot of stuff that Garmadon said about people not being able to change and true power. And the end of episode 94 was very ominous, foreshadowing season 10 for sure. And speaking of which, it seems like season 8 and season 9 and season 10, all part of a big trilogy. And at the end of season 9, it foreshadowed that a much greater threat. It showed that the real greater threat is actually coming soon. So, yeah, basically, I really love the season. I'm not sure if I would say it's my favorite, but it definitely goes up really high, much better than Sons of Garmadon. Harumi was an amazing character, so was Garmadon, and yeah, speaking of which, Garmadon really grew on me. I remember at the end of season 8, I really didn't like him, and just based off of those, 2 episodes he was in, I wouldn't say that I liked him at all. If those were the only 2 episodes he were in, then I would be really disappointed. But his character really improved at episode 86, Iron and Stone. After he killed off Mr. E, his character just got better and better and better. Until in episode 94, which is basically the climax for his character, the best we see of him where he's fighting Wu and Lloyd. And that's really awesome. Iron Baron is a really awesome guy as a villain also. Not one of my favorite villains, but a really cool villain also. I feel like he kind of goes in that category with villains like Nadakon and Chen. Not just because he's pure evil and has no good in him, but also for different reasons also. And the Dragon Keepers had the potential to be good, whereas their leader was pure evil, which is similar to Nadakon. And then he's also similar to Chen in a way, as he used deception and lies to pretty much trick everyone. So I feel like he's definitely very similar to those guys. Faith is a really good character. I'm glad that they're not really enforcing the relationship between Wu and Faith, as, I mean, come on, not every female character has to be part of a relationship. And I'm a big shipper of Wu Sako, quote unquote. The relationship between Misako and Wu, I definitely ship that. And yeah, so that's really all I have to say about this season. It was a really awesome season. It had its flaws, as every season does. Most of its flaws I found to be in the middle two episodes, episode 90, 91, and there were also a few errors in episode 94, which I've all already addressed in my review for that episode. But overall, all in all, it was just a really good season, and I'll be sharing about where it fits in my rankings. It's definitely in the top 3, I'll let you know right now, but in the future, in a couple weeks, I'll be doing a video of where Season 9 fits into my rankings. By that I mean where Iron Baron fits into my villains, where the season fits into the season rankings, where the season premiere fits onto the season premiere ranking, and so forth. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, share with anyone ever you know. I will see you next time.